check 1 2. Mic check 1 2. Let's get this mic check straight right here. Coming in nice and smooth with this here on a Sunday. Yeah. Let's get it. One. Get this here set up. Let's get this set up nice and smooth. Rochelle in the house. What's up, Rochelle? How you? We're gonna talk about this dating thing. Drop a line if you wanna get in on this. If you wanna get it while it's hot, let me know. You heard? Come on in, everybody. Grab a seat. Sit back, relax. Make yourself nice and comfortable and cozy. This is what we do on Sunday nights. You know what I mean? Yeah. We're going to let this ride just at least another minute. Just enough time to get the copyright strike. Fuck it. You know how we do. Let's go. Sunday night smoke. Helga in the building. Hello from Amsterdam. We got Amsterdam in the house. Ooh. Speaking of smoke, let's go. On some red light district shit. You know what I'm saying? Let's go. That's one of the places on my must-visit list. You heard? Yeah. Much respect, dude. I gotta let this ride all the way out. Helga says, hey, everyone. We're gonna have a good time with this one tonight. Sunday night smoke, doing what we do. Yeah. Let's go. I think we did enough with this right here. With no further ado, let's do what we do, you know? Big up to Notorious B.I.G. Rest in peace, my man. Yeah. Good evening, everybody. Happy Sunday. This is your host, Ace World, coming to you live at 8:12 p.m. Sunday Night Smoke Podcast, y'all. Let's go. Yes, sir. Tony D in the house. What's up? Like I said, I'm your host, Ace World. In the house, we have my lovely co-host, T. Ronnie Robinson. What up, T. Ronnie? Talk to me.
Hi, hey, how are you, Ace?
All good. Happy Sunday, baby girl.
Maybe gonna get all this Sunday night message out there.
Yes.
Get on in here, get in the chat. We want to hear from you.
Yes. Come a little closer to your mic, Ronnie. I need you to be maybe a little closer. Maybe
a little bit closer.
Yeah.
A little bit better.
Yeah, I want it to be nice and clear.
Y'all want to hear my grievances? Come on.
Let's go. Let's go. We're gonna get this work in, damn it. You know what I'm saying? This is gonna get this work in. So how was your weekend? Talk to me real quick while we let the room fill up for a few seconds here.
It was heavy. It was a heavy week this weekend. This whole week. So happy for Monday to come. Started the week, you know?
That means don't get into it. That means it was a lot going on. Yeah, I don't want you to
How was
revisit
yours?
a bad weekend. You just happy to get this shit over with.
Yeah. Who looks forward to Monday like that? I'm looking forward to Monday.
God damn it, let's go. At least we're gonna end this on a good note. You know what I'm saying? We're gonna end this on a good note. You know what I'm saying? Let's see what we got in the bag today. Without further ado, haha. In the bag we got this week, The Hangover.
Ooh,
How social media killed dating. Okay. So let's go into this shit. Okay, so we're gonna discuss a few things today. We're gonna go over a few hashtags. We're gonna take them one by one. But first, we're gonna start the show off nice and slow, nice and easy. But we're gonna get into it at the same time. We have a few clips we're gonna go into today and have a nice deep discussion about social media, dating, traditional dating, opposed to how dating is today, right? So we're gonna start this. I'm gonna play a quick clip, and this is featuring two trad con sisters. Okay.
okay.
And everybody must be like, well, what's a trad con? A trad con stands for traditional conservative. Okay. So this may be considered by today's dating standards. They may be considered possibly what would you call them? Maybe they'd be considered old fashioned, right? Maybe they'd be considered old fashioned. But what we're gonna do is we're gonna go into that old fashioned shit and see what they talking about, right? And then from there we're gonna work our way to current times. All right. So let's get this shit started.
All right.
Let's go. Fair use, y'all.
Hey
Fair
guys,
use.
so my twin sister Nicole and I are back for another video, and this one we decided to take a swing and give it our best shot at the topic of dating. But a disclaimer first, really quick, it's about 8 million degrees in this room, so if at any point during this video one of us just keels over and passes out, then you know why.
So first of all, I think to get to the point of this video, why dating is so hard, we have to look at what dating is in the traditional sense. And that, of course, is to find a spouse. The end goal is marriage.
Back then, it was largely understood when two people went out or courted or whatever it was called. I mean, that's like really far back. But I mean, even a couple decades ago, it was more natural and understood that when two people went on a date, it was to determine whether or not the other would be a good fit for marriage. So it was like, can I see myself spending the rest of my life with this person? Nowadays, though, that has largely been erased, and dating has been replaced with a sort of hookup culture. So apps like Tinder or going to the bar or club, this is naturally what people regard as dating. And if you, for example, were to go out on a date, a first date with someone nowadays, and be like, well, I'm looking over to see if maybe you will be the right fit for marriage for me. I'm going through the checklist, but they would probably run for the hills.
Yeah.
And even if you were like, well, I'm looking for a long-term commitment relationship, something serious, they might be like, oh, you're moving a little too fast now.
Yeah.
Slow down there. And it's completely been changed. So if you have that mentality, that's why it's so difficult. If you go in and have that mentality, then it's going to be a lot more difficult for you because most people just don't think that way anymore.
So I think that the hookup culture has resulted in resistance towards commitment, this trade up culture where you're constantly looking for a better person, or just a low value placed on sex. And I think this is why it's really hard for people who have that traditional mindset where they don't want to date like a long stream of people. They to find somebody who shares that same understanding that they're looking to find the right person.
And even when you say traditional mindset, it makes you sound all like all prudish. But really, how extreme, how far out there is it really that somebody just wants to look for the right person to marry and not want to have to go date 5 million people or even just go date and have fun? There are people that are looking for the real thing and just want to be serious about it. And I don't see why that's such an abnormal thing, but it seems like it's become that way nowadays.
But just to be really different.
Yeah, it's really incredible. But the reason I wanted to make this video is because I've gotten so many emails from people in the past, from girls and guys, saying, where do you go to meet nice people? Where do you, and the
Like,
truth is,
we
I'm
don't
sitting
know.
there with a blank stare, like I have no idea. I really have no idea, because the honest truth is, and it's awful, but you really can go nowhere to meet the right person. They don't have an app for that. I'm sorry,
Yeah.
not, at least not yet anyways.
I
But
think it takes a lot of patience and waiting for the right person and not settling or not compromising your own standards because it can get so difficult and so much time can pass and you can just lose patience. And that's the really, really hard part.
I think a lot of people are more willing and more open to the hookup culture nowadays. But if you are someone, especially living in like a bigger city, just depending on your environment, it can be very difficult to find someone if you're approaching from dating in the traditional sense of the word. And to be honest, I think it's difficult for the vast majority of people who think this way. It was so difficult for me. It's so difficult for Nicole. Before I met Martin, I hadn't met anybody that I thought of in the way, oh, I could marry this person. And it wasn't that there was anything wrong with them per se.
No,
It was,
yeah, of course.
I mean, I was just as wrong for them as they were for me. But it's
Yeah.
very hard for Nicole, and maybe you can go into this, but I'll just say really quick, there's so many wonderful men and women that I've met in Austria, America, that there's nothing wrong with them. They're wonderful, they're good looking, they're great people, but they're having just as much trouble. We have one really amazing friend in the US, and she is very competent. She has a really good job. She's very pretty. She's very kind. She's a very good homemaker, but she just cannot find anyone. It's been impossible. And there's this sadness growing in her that she'll never find anybody. And I think that a lot of people are faced with this nowadays, and it really is sad.
Yeah, as Brittany said, it has been very difficult for me to find someone. And it's not because I have some like long list of demands or anything. Of course, there's just the standard stuff. Like I would hope that someone would share my political and religious views. And that will just take dating seriously like I want to. I've genuinely met some people where it's like, if you can't find someone, well, there's sure as heck ain't hope for the rest of us. Well, they'll have the looks, the personality, the job, everything.
And it's just as hard for them as it is for all these other people. Kind of on that note, I think another reason that dating has become so difficult in our current society is because of it's this ever increasing ideological fragmentation just amongst everybody. So even in a group of feminists, half of them are going to disagree with one another. Even in our right-wing movement, half of them are at each other's throats every day. Every day there's a new fight, or people disagreeing or not wanting to have anything to do with one another. But many of these people would label themselves right-wing. So it's not just you can paint everything with a broad brush and expect it all to work out. I think that it's a lot more complicated than that. Nowadays, it's just become so crazy. Back then you could disagree politically, for example, and still be friends. But nowadays it's like, oh, you support Donald Trump. I want nothing to do with you.
Completely cut off. Like we were completely cut off from like a lot of our friends, even relatives, are the whole writing industry because you have a different opinion.
So right away in the US, for example, half the country, if you are a conservative, is just off the list because their chances are they're going to want nothing to do with you just because of your political views. Or there could be you're some kind of religion, maybe you're Christian, for example, and then the person you're interested in is an atheist. Maybe that wouldn't work out because it's not just you two, it's how are you going to raise your children? Are they going to be atheist or Christian? There's so many fundamental questions that come into the equation here. So it's just the thing, it's getting more and more difficult, I think, especially with social media.
Oh yeah, social media, it sort of postures to be this way where it can connect everybody, but really it's this artificial connection, it's this artificial sense of community. I mean, how often do you just talk to somebody on the street, or are you very sociable with people that live in your area? It's become more and more common for people to have these large friend networks online, which you can't, it's very, very difficult. You need to have these people with you in person.
I think you're spot on when you say artificial, though, because at the end of the day, how many of these people online that are actually going to be there for you? How many of them do you think will show up to your wedding, to your funeral, etc.? I think it claims to be something that it's not, and it claims to be able to replace the real thing, real human connection in real life. But of course, that is false. So there's so many things contributing to it. But as far as traditional dating, which is what the point of this video was, we think that that's why it's becoming so difficult, because traditional dating has lost the sense of what it actually is and been replaced by a kind of hookup culture or a totally different mentality. So anybody who actually believes in this and has made it a goal in their life nowadays are just very hard pressed to find someone, because anything goes now. The waters are very muddied, and when you meet people, if you're upfront about it, they might be freaked out like you're moving too fast, but it is a very normal thing.
You don't want to waste their time, and you don't want to waste your time.
Exactly.
So the longer that you sort of, would drag that out, that's why I think most people would say that, not to, be moving too quickly or freak people out, but they just want to be upfront and honest about what their views on dating are and what they're looking for. And that's perfectly fine. One other aspect that I want to point out is that there's so much emphasis in our culture, especially in the West, where romance is sort of glamorized. Everything is like a chick flick and everything's perfect. And people forget that relationships take work. It's hard. You have to work on yourself. You have to learn how to be more giving. And they don't put that emphasis on that in life. There's always going to be hardship and you're always going to suffer. And if people think, oh, I don't find my Prince Charming, like right away, then they just move on and they're looking for something that doesn't exist.
Having a list a mile long, like a guy having a list a mile long, a girl having a list a mile long. Like, it's not to say that you should settle for somebody, but let's just not be unrealistic. Like, it has to come in on a golden horse.
Yeah, and I think,
take me away to his castle.
I think we've mentioned before too, in a previous video, where there was this, I think it happened to Brittany and I both. A lot of times we'll like think the same thought or have something the same happen, but we both said to our mother, Mom, why aren't there any good people out there? And she's like, you got to work on yourself. If you think you deserve a good person, work on yourself.
And we're gonna leave that video right there at that point. If you think you deserve someone good, work on yourself, right? Thank you for that insight, sisters. Talk to me, T-Roni. Did that seem the rundown, right? Let's walk this slow. The rundown that the two sisters in the conversation were having about traditional relationships and traditional dating, does that seem like a long time ago compared to how things are today?
I think my opinion is that it depends on the age.
Okay.
I think people in their mid-30s and up are still hoping for that, what's considered, I guess, the traditional. But the 20-year-olds, they don't know really what that traditional is. And so I agree with the statement from the young ladies about the line being blurred with the younger folks today, that traditional dating, they don't, what's traditional for them now, traditional dating for them is very a detached sort of comeuppance. It's like they don't really, everybody stays in their own lane, and that's traditional for them. So I have to agree with them totally on that.
Okay. Yeah. Facts. I hear that. My opinion on it is, times change, and as times change, we have technology changes with the times.
Yeah.
So whereas before you would actually be meeting the person in person, right? Where you would actually have to shoot your shot live in person,
Right.
or you would have to meet a person through somebody, a mutual friend. Like, for example, if you had a girlfriend and I was interested in her, I would be like, yo, Roni, hook me up with your friend.
Right.
Or I would have to actually, make the connection myself with your friend. Opposed to nowadays, you simply put a photograph online, subscribe, or join what they would call a dating app. Okay. For those that don't know how that gets down, tune into last week's show, Planet of the Apps. You can catch that replay on YouTube and Habs TV. Shameless plug, of course. Big up to YouTube, Habs TV,
Yes.
Blog Talk Radio. all the carriers of the Sunday Night Smoke podcast, WZFGFM, and on all of the above. Thank you for carrying the Sunday Night Smoke podcast and showing your love and support.
Thank
Thank you to all the fans
you.
out there as well. We got Tony D in the building. Tony D, how you doing, partner?
What's up, man? Sorry, I'm pulling up late. Had to get Jason straight.
Hey,
I
man.
was on another broadcast at the
No
same time. I'm sitting here triple tasking, man. What's up, T-Roney? What's up,
How you
Helga?
doing?
What's
I'm
up,
bring
Ted?
up, man.
What's up, everybody listening? All of y'all, I'm late.
Gotta put 'em on.
And I can't rant.
There
I
you
can't
go.
probably contribute. I got to catch up. I'm 20
Don't
minutes
worry.
behind. This is
We just
embarrassing.
starting.
Yeah.
You got in the perfect time. I'll just fill you in real quick. We just saw an interview with two traditional conservative single white females. They look to be in there, what, about 30-ish?
No, they look younger than that.
They was in it maybe 25.
Young,
I
yeah.
don't know. I'm just guessing. I don't know. They're young ladies. They're in it,
young
say
ladies.
mid-20s.
T-Roney with the buckshot. Go ahead.
That's definitely the Brother Shannon. That's one of those Brother Shannon camera angles. Big up to Brother Shannon. So they were just discussing traditional dating and traditional type of courting, opposed to how it is in today's society. Things are a little bit different, but we're just rolling right along. So stay tuned. I'm gonna pull up another one, and we're gonna get into the more of the traditional. Not the more traditional, the more of what would be traditional for millennials today, maybe from that aspect. Okay.
All right.
So we'll let's see.
It would be hard to find a group of people more insulated from in-person interactions than millennials today. Seamless dinner, Tinder makes matches, headphones discourage chatting.
We also grew up with things like caller ID and automated customer service that took the stranger interacting out of a lot of everyday errands.
Less interacting with strangers in public means less flirting with strangers in public. How did young people become so stranger averse? And what does that mean for dating?
Let's go. Fair use, y'all.
This
Fair
is
use.
Ashley. She reports on trends in relationships and families. So she's interviewed a lot of people about their experiences dating.
People who are pretty young, in their 30s, in their 20s, some of whom are in college.
Technology has made the act of meeting people offline almost obsolete. With Tinder's estimated global user base at nearly 50 million, many people rely on apps as the primary way to date.
Today's dating pool, I think, has a different skill set, being good at flirting in a way that translates to a text message.
We can manage a lot through asynchronous communication. I can look at a text from you and I can really think about how I want to respond. I might pass my phone around to my friend group and have them weigh in on how they think I should respond.
And there's a reason you never want to put your phone down. The apps are designed to be addictive, which makes it even harder to stop swiping once you're hooked.
One thing that the founders of Tinder said about founding it was that they wanted it to feel like a game. They designed the app itself to feel like a deck of cards where you were flipping over one, then you kind of weigh in on it, approve of it, or discard it, then you could move on to the next one. And they wanted it to feel like something you could just do forever, kind of for fun to entertain yourself.
When more and more people are finding dates from the comfort of their couch, the experience of dating becomes siloed from the rest of social life.
I've heard people say sometimes they will have a good interaction or like kind of catch the eye of someone who's cute and then not say anything, just hope that they find them on the apps later when they're swiping. Whereas like I think in prior generations, people had much more of half an eye turned out toward finding potential mates, potential partners, potential dates, just kind of during everyday life.
It's hard to make a date offline when no one wants to talk to strangers. An entire generation of kids was once taught to fear them.
Starting when we were little, we had the stranger danger philosophy among parents that really kept us away from people we didn't know because they might be out to harm us. Things that are very valid when you're a small child, but when you're an adult, maybe those aren't as appropriate.
You've taught your children to be polite and friendly, but have you taught them when not to be?
Hi there. Do you live around here?
Stranger danger PSAs were popular in the 80s and 90s when millennials were growing up. The campaigns were developed in response to infamous child abductions at the time. Even today, their impact lingers.
When I've talked to young people about what happens when they get approached by people who want to flirt with them in a public space, is that they just sort of don't know what to do with that interaction.
Ultimately, Perhaps it's our priorities that have shifted, making the search for a mate less important. More people are delaying marriage. Meeting someone in any capacity is not necessarily the goal.
There's a fear of falling in love that young people come by honestly because they often have been given a message from the time they were this big. It's education first, it's performance first, it's achievement first, it's ambition first. I have to have all these sorts of boxes checked off before I can even imagine bringing another person into my life.
So, what has all this meant for love and partnership? For one, traditional social networks are broadening.
We are much more likely to date across a significant cultural difference than we were in years past. And so 1 in 6 new marriages bridges a significant socio-demographic difference, like race, like ethnicity, like faith.
But while some things have changed, others remain the same.
People forget it was always hard to meet someone. Now there's just different problems. People are still looking for the same things, and the milestones are the same, the big questions are the same. How people find each other is the thing that has changed. Thanks for watching The Idea File, and if you like what you see, you can follow us on our YouTube channel.
Fair use, idea file. I hear you. I hear you. That's an idea. And I guess it's a file also. Together, it's an idea file, goddammit. We'll run with that. We'll run with that. You know what I'm saying? So millennials, let me start this off right here. When it comes to millennials, right? They grew up kind of in an information society. So they kind of grew up with the cell phone. For the most part, they grew up with these gadgets in young adulthood. These items were available and they were in everyday use, right? So along with it came the social media and all the other things that come along with it, some of the items that we covered last week, right? But are they losing a social skill as far as just basic everyday communication with people? Do you notice that? Like, of their communication skills not as strong as possibly other generations as far as just verbally communicating in person live opposed to what do you call that shit, like Twitter fingers? Like Twitter fingers and texting and swiping and all that kind of hot shit. Like, what it do? Am I wrong, or is it like big up to Luke in the chat room? Having game, is it worthless now? No, game will never be worthless. You gotta have game. Game will reign supreme forever.
Well, I can
Don't get it fucked up.
No, I can understand what Luke is saying though, because there's no point having game when you're on social media. Like, if you're on a social media dating website, your game is put in the back burner because you're not. I'm on a dating website, right? I won't say which ones, but which one rather. And it's about how much you give to that dating website in order for you to be put in like those top bars so people can see you. So now dating has become a business for these entities. So having game is thrown out the window.
Yes, I agree with what Luke just said. I'm sorry.
Yeah, I agree with what Luke said. You can't have game on the social media dating website. There's no way. It's hard.
Okay, let me let Tony D take that, and then I'll take it on the back end.
Sure.
I'm trying to behave because I'm too old for this shit.
No, we ain't. Let me goddamn tell you something. We don't behave up here. If you want to behave, you're in the wrong place.
Sunday night smoke. You're supposed to be smoking it out.
You know what? It is Sunday night. It is time for some smoke. First of all, big ups to Helen. And oh my God, if she gets on here, this broadcast will be over in 35 seconds because she goes all the way to
I'm about to pull her up any fucking way.
Love it. Yeah, exactly. What up to Luke? Luke, you did bring up an aspect. Maybe some new type of game you got to have. You do. Because these days you can have anything you want. You can have the brand new house, the brand new car, the brand new clothes, all the money in the world, and some dude in the wheelchair, bedridden, will outtalk his game to you over the computer instead of face to face. So yes, you do have to have a new type of game. We got to figure out what it is within ourselves. That's number one. Number two, this social media shit.
Mm-hmm.
And I'm gonna say shit on purpose for you millennials out there.
We
You
still
have
gonna
got
get
to
there, Tony
remember.
D. We're gonna get there. We're
Oh,
gonna get there.
okay. Because
Yeah, that's gonna be the third chamber. I'm going through the hashtags, just like you told me before. Like,
I don't see any. Goddamn it!
I don't see no hashtags either.
You know what? I fucked up the format. Like I went to edit it, right, and it was like, all right, edit the tags if you like. Usually, I go right after the title, but I decided to do it the proper way, and them shits ain't show up. But I got them written down.
Nah, you good.
So right now on the social media, right now, right? Let's start with the
Oh my God,
the classical thirst trapping. Let's start with thirst trapping. Here, okay? The social media. All right. The game has changed dramatically. Traditional dating, you would have to meet a person in person, as you other guys alluded to now, right?
Yeah.
Is game obsolete? All right. Game, I wouldn't think is obsolete, and it never will be, because you still have to be witty with your wordplay and still know what to type in if you're into that, right? You still got to type the right shit, right? You can't just write the I'll whip it out, suck it. You can't just type that. That doesn't work. Right? You gotta actually say the right thing to meet the person in person. Because if you ain't kicking that real shit, bitch ain't never gonna meet you. You be all fucked up. Vice versa, for the sisters. If you kicking that, because we're gonna lead into this next. If you kicking that traditional conservative tradcon shit, ain't nobody checking for you. Oh, the keywords. Oh, I've had my fun already. I'm looking for something serious. Ain't nobody fucking with you, ma.
We ain't falling.
Nobody
That's a
doing
line.
it.
That's a line.
Because it's all about the wordplay. Because what that tells us is you had fun with too many men already, and now you're looking to settle down with somebody, and he's gonna take a worn out vehicle. Okay? And he doesn't want that. So it's all in the wordplay. So you gotta have game, because you have to, right? You gotta have, right? It's gotta be a certain way. You gotta have some kind of game, right? And that's if it depends on what you're looking for, right? So Helen, right? You say, bitch, she won't meet you, right? So how about not calling women bitches all the time? Might be a fucking start, right? But what if you're looking for a bitch? And you're not looking for a woman, right? So it depends on what you're looking for, right? So don't get that fucked up. Okay. Nobody calls women bitches all the time. So obviously you don't listen to the show. But we'll go aboard and stay tuned, goddammit. So
She's new to the show. She's new to the show.
Oh, good. No, it's all good. But I just gotta respond, because I just don't want it to get, you know what I mean? I don't want it to get ugly in here, and I don't want it to get thingy. So right. So you have to have some kind of game as we proceed. You gotta have some kind of game, because you gotta know what to say, right? You gotta know what to say. So moving forward now, is it a thing about if you're on the dating apps? Because I've never been there before. So let's talk dating apps. How many matches on average? Like Rona, you have experience on a dating app. Anybody that's in the chat room that's been on a dating app and would like to come up and talk, um, you can do that. You're welcome. Right? If anybody's been on a dating app before and you would like to talk about the dating app experiences, you're welcome to join the panel. Right? So Roni, your experience with the dating app, what type of quality men did you come across in general? What were some of the things that was said in your quote unquote DM? Were there any people using reckless language like I would, or saying anything vulgar or sleazy? Like, give me the skinny on what went down in the DMs. What did you encounter?
I would say there's out of 100 let's say 100 people, there are about 10 of them that get real disgusting.
Okay.
And like, honestly, to me, it is a numbers game. And we talked about this in the last one with social media. And Eleanor, she brought up a good point. It's really so let's say you're on like something like Match. I'm not on Match. I'm just using Match as an example. Okay. So you're on something like you're on Match, and it's the algorithm. And so if you have to buy into more in order for more people to see you. So more than likely, when you buy into Match, you are
Mhm.
going to be hearing crickets. You get matches, you get people who may have visited your site, or you'll
Mhm.
get people who they match have designed for you. But it's very hard, or it's a long road to get people just to be like, oh yes, yes, you, and talking to you. It's not a constant communication kind of thing. There's not like, okay, I'm always on. The only way you're always going to be on talking to people is if you are
Mhm.
always on talking to people.
Oh.
It is an algorithm, and that's why I agree with Luke with saying game is kind of dead, because it's like it now, because social media has become this resource for dating.
Mhm.
Um, it's about whether you put in, like I guess what you said, in a way, put that right wording in to make match say, oh yeah, let's put her in the top so that she can
Mhm.
get more people. Or
Okay.
another one, I won't just keep using match. I don't know another one.
Whatever. Go for
Um,
it. Go for it. It's all good.
like Tinder or something like that. There has to be something. And I know the way Tinder works is that, you know, they send you people based upon the people that you like, the people that might like you. So it's very
Okay.
hard to get people to say, yes, I want to talk to you. Even being online, it's that that social thing where you kind of, a man or a woman has to break that barrier and communicate to the next person, say, listen, I like you, you look nice, how about a date?
Dang.
It's very hard, even on social media.
Has it ever materialized into a date? Like, as far as any of your matches, were you ever confident enough or comfortable, shall I say, enough to be like, I will actually meet this person on a date in a mutual place or something? Has that ever?
Thanks, Ted.
What you got here? What you got here? Wait, hold on. All right. Big up to Bob in the house. Is that Bob Urban?
Right.
Most people you see on Match are no longer on Match. Maybe they switched it up. And
Bob,
then dating
yeah.
service, worst experience ever. Most people that like me, I would not give the time or
Yeah,
day.
that's real shit right there. That's real. What he said.
Oh, like that. So Tony D, you've been on things. So give us your what's your as far as uh the online things, like, do people do they actually pass the test to actually make it to get on a date with Tony D? God damn it. You know what I'm saying? And
It's gonna be the fastest answer I've ever given you, bro. It's gonna be the fastest answer I've ever given you. I've never done that website mess.
You
okay,
never what?
I've never done it
never did the online dating. Okay,
because I don't trust pictures, and that's one thing I'm gonna tell the youth: don't trust no picture.
let's talk about the
That's how folks
catfish.
wind up. That's how folks wind up dead, captured, kidnapped, all that. I don't
Let's
trust no
talk.
pictures. If I don't see you face to face, I can't. I don't trust it. So I was never up there like that. Plus, I'm gonna go ahead and be honest. Y'all see me up here, I trip out with everybody. I got to see you face to face.
Now let's talk about
That's me being old school. Some of these folks up here running off of conversations and pictures, and then you
the
get up there, and there's somebody up in here looking like the boy from Hunchback of Notre Dame or something. I'm not doing that. What's up, Her Story Untold? What's up, Nurse Blondie? So yeah, for real, I don't do the pictures. I got to be face to face. I'm a little too old school. That's why I say I'm a little too old for this. They up in here. I met this dude, and he said he got this. He said he got that. He pulled up in his homeboy's car. See, that's what y'all get. I had a homeboy went to meet a chick one time. She was bigger than him. I said, that's what y'all get. If I don't know you face to face, I'm not doing it. I can't. I
fact.
can't. I sit there with everybody up here in person. You gotta conversate with people, man. You can't trust nobody until you're face to face with them. You don't know who's a man, who's a woman, who's married, who isn't, who's rich, who's broke, who's black, who's white. You don't know what nothing no more. But y'all gonna trust a picture? Y'all go ahead. I can't do it, yo. I
But
can't.
you know what it is? Now there you go. Now the wonderful world of social media, right?
Mm-hmm.
Say you have that's what you would call the catfish, right? So that would be somebody taking a picture. Like we spoke about the catfish last week, Ronnie. The catfish was really a man posing as a woman, right?
Yeah.
And he put some people in a compromising position to where they could be possibly extorted if they didn't
Yeah.
go through with the
Arrangement.
if that's what you want to call it, facts, the arrangement, right?
Arrangement. Mm-hmm.
when meeting somebody online goes wrong, right?
Yeah.
So that's kind of me myself. I have not done it. I'm old fashioned. I rather see the person that's live. Helga says, "Laugh out loud." Yeah, yeah, yeah. So the catfish. Beware of the catfish, because the wonderful world of social media will have people. For example, all I need is to open an account, right? I can put any pictures up there. I can be
Exactly.
anybody. Like I could take pictures in front of other people's cars, right? Which I've seen, right? I've actually come out of places and seen somebody taking a picture in front of my fucking car, actually, right? So I've seen people taking pictures in front of your car because they had matching clothes on, right? And they want that, and they want to put that shit on their junk, their little Instagram or their little Facebook, and pretend that it's their car, right? You also have the what do you call that? The I'm just going somewhere just to take pictures. It's just like a photo op, right? Do you see pictures everywhere? Like people just taking pictures, taking pictures, taking pictures, taking pictures, right? Because you would think that their life is wonderful. Wow. They put up the stuff online, and you're like, wow, this person is here, this person is there. But in reality, that person is broke. That person is out. That person got $11 in the pocket. Okay? The pictures of them drinks were taken when they were delivered to the table because they didn't get a drink. They had water, right? But for the few of them that really actually did, it's a good look. You know what I mean? Because like you said, listen, I wrote the whole story. Look, life is not social media reality. It's not. But see, but that's where we get it confused. To some people, it is, right? Because you could easily believe, just like if you watch something on the news and they tell you something, you could easily believe it because you saw it on television. So I can go on, say IG, and I can look at something and I can be like, okay, hmm, wow, this is fabulous. I believe it, right? Wow, this guy's living a great life. But in reality, bad credit, car's not his.
But I don't think that bothers the millennial generation. I think that what we see that as it like kind of a defense mechanism. They don't see it that way because they are used to that lifestyle. So for them, meeting someone in person is not the right thing to do. The right thing for them is talking to them online. That's the thing that they know. So I get I get what you're saying. I'm not disagreeing with you at all, but I'm just saying like, it's hard generationally to explain what you're saying to a generation that kind of grew up in that society. They can't break through those walls and see that and have that interaction with somebody when they didn't grow up in that kind of environment from the beginning.
Right. Now, of course, because when you grow up in it, because if you like that's the difference between us seeing things differently than say somebody like say if you're a Gen X, you see things slightly different than a millennial, which makes sense. That's a good point there. That's a good point. And I kind of feel the same way, right? I kind of feel the same way about it. Because if all you've done was grown up and seen this kind of stuff, that's kind of what it is, right? So you're gonna avoid the catfish by all means, but you really don't know what's what and what's in who's real, right? We're gonna definitely avoid the thirst trap, right? We're gonna avoid the thirst trap.
Men and women, thirst traps.
Oh, there's thirst traps. Oh yeah. What kind of you know what? What kind of thirst traps do the men set, Roni? Talk to me.
Go ahead, talk. Y'all go first.
No,
Tony,
nope. You know why? Because it's always he's bashing the women. Okay, so I'm not even gonna say nothing because we already know what that is. So I don't gotta say.
That's why I'm letting you go first. Because y'all go first. I can wrap it up with guys.
No,
because I think the thirst trap
the men, because according to some disgruntled somebody that wanted a refund for their seat tonight, I'm bashing women.
Well,
And so we're not even going to talk about women thirst trapping. Let's
you
talk
have
about
a different.
men thirst trapping. No, I'm going to do that anyway.
Everybody's opinion is
I don't give a
loved
fuck.
in here. It's called Sunday Night Smoke, right?
You're goddamn right, and mine's most important first and foremost. Damn it. Fuck what y'all heard. So
Sunday Night Smoke.
I'm gonna bash the women second. So you go and bash the men first, Roni. What kind of thirst traps are these no good dusty Negroes out here setting? You tell me. But you see,
The whole thing, like you said, traveling, taking pictures of the things that they have, but they don't really have. I mean, I think to me the number one is like they've been all over the world. So every man out there has been all over the world, and they think that that's what keeps women going. So they love to post. They love to post. I don't even want to say.
go ahead. Hold on. We don't do no punches over here. Okay.
I mean, ladies, I don't know if you're out there, or men who date men, if you guys are out there, it is the same looks. Is always like that part, like not really your penis showing, but some kind of belly ab showing. That's the sexy part.
The D'Angelo. That was the
D'Angelo. Yes, the D'Angelo.
Big up to D'Angelo, goddammit. How does it feel for you motherfuckers that don't know? Go ahead.
They got the D'Angelo going on, or they got the picture with them naked, with like they're in bed, and it's like a turn-up picture, kind of like that. And then they show pictures of them like traveling because they think that if you're gonna be their girlfriend or whatever, you better be prepared to travel all over the world with them because that's all they do. They live large, yada yada. Nobody's regular.
Nobody regular?
Let me not forget the gym. I mean, it sounds petty.
Get the gym, get on them. Mm-hmm.
It does sound like petty traps, but everybody goes to the gym. Every guy out there that's on these dating websites, they're all in the gym 24/7. Like I know this 24/7, but there's some bellies out there. So I'm looking at the pictures. You don't go to the gym 24/7. I'm not saying you should, but it's okay to be like, I don't go to the gym every day. I like to have a beer every now and again and sit back and watch TV. What is wrong with that?
God damn it.
I'm sorry. That's my rant. Truth. Thank you. Her story untold.
Let's go, damn it. Let's go. Ted, one thing is clear. Romance and catfishing scams are bound to go up even higher at Tony D. They want to move fast in a relationship. Oh, facts. Before you can wait, hold on, Tony D. Wait. Hold on. Let me think you up. Wait. Go ahead.
Shit. They want to move fast in a relationship. Let's have kids now. Let's get married now. Let's get the house now. A lot of that from these women, straight up. Right now, what are we waiting for? You got the money. Use your savings. You're going to get a job. You'll make the money back. We can do this. There's a whole lot of that. Big ups for that one. I ain't mean to cut you off. I'm sorry, but that is so real. And I'm seeing that more than anything from a lot of women. When they get with somebody, they want to lock them down or pull them in real fast. Kids, house, car, now. So now you in debt for 10 years. You can't do nothing. Can't go nowhere. I see a lot of that, and it's happening. I'm not calling out every woman, but I'm seeing it. They don't even want to video chat with you. At first they do, then it gets, they guilt trip you into giving them money. Don't even get me started. Now that's going to sound very misogynistic. It's going to sound very biased. That's going to sound very, what's the other word?
Opinion radio. We don't give a fuck.
No. I'm being for real because I see these things happen. I'm not just throwing out testimony based on stats or whatever. I've seen it. I've lived in more than one state. I've been around a bunch of people. I hear it here on the internet. If you ain't got this, if you can't do nothing for me, or what can you give? What are you bringing to the table? I'll be asking the same thing. They get quiet and offended. I am guilt trip you into this or guilt trip you on that. And like I said, it's not every woman. I see it. I know women that'll give you more than what you give them. They don't want nothing back. They have poor grammar. That's only when they get mad. Oh my God. We just as bad. I'm not going to front. I will slang talk. I will bring up the dialect I've had in all 4 states in one sentence. This is not one person. This is everybody. I'm being for real. Yeah, poor grammar is serious.
Let them know.
Okay, nobody says specific. Everybody says Pacific. Don't get me started on that. And that's real. Everybody can relate to that one. Stop it.
You meet her in person.
People can't say fiscal year. They say physical year with your boy. Look, I'll be here all day. So those are real statements that he put up there. Big ups for that, for real. Now let me go ahead and do this because it's been a minute.
Go
You know
ahead.
how we talked about you can't trust a picture?
Go for it.
It's been 50 minutes and 37 seconds. How many of you all up here really think that's a woman that has no possibility of being a man on that picture? I'll be here all day.
You just never know.
Well, actually, isn't the whole point?
Internet dating. Stop internet dating. That could be a man.
It's the whole point of the internet dating is to eventually move on to meeting a person in
no, because you're stuck on the picture when you're having a conversation.
Like the training league. Wait, hold on.
You are imagining the person you're talking to is that picture. That
could
be a man right there.
Let me ask you. Hold on. You made a point, Roni. So you're saying that the internet dating is like the minor leagues of dating, like you work yourself up to really dating a person in real life, or the person you meet online you lead up to dating in real life, or is that like a training ground so you can get comfortable with meeting real people in real life? I just want a little clarity. I'm sorry.
It's not minor league. It's the same play of baseball, but you're on first base right now. Dating online, first base is online. Then when you move to second base, when you get the phone number, when you're actually talking on the phone or video.
I'm getting excited. Go ahead.
Second base. And then third base is actually meeting in person.
And what's the home run? Smash?
Huh?
The home run is when I beat.
So some people go from first. Some people strike the ball out the park and they can
home run.
Tinder specifically. They go from first to third. They fast track it. You know what I mean? So
is that pay for play? Is that fast track for cash?
No, not for cash. Most time it's just it is what it is. It's just like the lady said. It's a hookup. They both. What? Tony, you missed the video that he played earlier, but she said exactly what you said. About meeting and dating online and not finding who you expect, I guess, when you go on a date and stuff like that.
I don't advise that to anybody. That's my biggest problem. They are not who that picture is.
And then the second lady was right as well, because again, it's been this thing with social media. It's the norm now to do something like that. So that's the play.
Yeah.
Okay.
And I'm very serious about that. The people you meet on the internet are not necessarily who that picture is. One thing I enjoy about being on Haps, we up here talking to each other. Our faces are moving. I will pick my teeth, eat dinner. Y'all will hear Jason in the background, all that. I don't care. I'm not just sitting here looking at that picture right there, and that's some dude faking the phone. It's happening. It's happening.
So let me.
I gotta be real out there.
Listen, this shit is real. This shit is real because I'm not saying nothing's wrong with Atlanta, but especially out in Georgia, I heard how it's
who you doing in Georgia?
I heard it's like Thailand out there. You don't know
who. Don't get started.
You got the all kind of shit. I heard. That's what I heard.
Nice.
It's for real. It's for real. It's for real.
I see your story untold. Your camera's sideways. Can you hear me?
There you go.
Here you go. Can you hear me?
I don't know how she did that. That was awesome.
I see her. Easy. You just turn the phone sideways.
No, she was having camera difficulties on it. I was on there with her.
Be like this the whole show.
I'm fucking with you. The other way. I see you. Say something. Can we hear you?
Hello.
Okay, we got you. All right. Rotate the phone sideways and I can pull you up. You can stay off camera or you want to come on. It's up to you.
I'm still learning this thing. So sorry.
No, take your time. Just turn the phone. Are you on the mobile?
Yes.
Okay, just turn it to the side on rotate.
Clockwise.
Because I see that. There you go. Right there. That's cool. Yep. You cool? You cool with that, right?
Okay, cool.
Yep. It's not because you're on. Let's see what happened. You're not on panoramic. I mean, what is it? Landscape and whatever the fuck you call it. Your portrait. Yeah.
So do it on landscape.
What should you do with Tony D? Walk her through this, please,
ma'am. What kind of phone do you have?
I have a Samsung 21, an S21.
Do you have auto rotation on your phone?
Yeah.
Okay, turn it on. It's probably turned off. That's why
Okay.
I went sideways.
Turn on the.
Yeah, I think it's on.
And I
We
think
can
she's
see
trying to
her
lay the
either
phone
anyway.
sideways so we can sit down instead of her holding it in her hand.
I got you.
There you go.
There you
There you
go.
go. There you go.
All right, let me. All right, here we go. We're gonna pull
Now
you
we're
up,
gonna
okay?
pull you up.
Give
And
me
I just
one.
want to let you all
Perfect.
know she finally started showing herself on camera because she wasn't putting herself on camera for about 2 months.
No, it was just because he invited. I was about to go onto my broadcast.
Oh, I'm sorry. You can give us your 2 cents and slide to your broadcast. We'll give you a
Oh
plug
no,
on that. Tell you when to hang out
I
for
was
a
just
few.
saying. He was saying that I'm showing myself, but it's not. It was just I was just trying to be friends. So
You're good. You're good.
All
You're
good, all
good.
good, all
I'm
good.
picking.
Nah.
What do you got on this? What do you got on the catfish and all that other stuff that we talking about up here and the thirst trap and all of those things? What you got on this?
So what I've learned is that I think that people are just they don't accept reality. Like there are people that are not going to be perfect. We're in a society now that does not accept people as people. And so that's why you have Dr. Curve here in Atlanta. That's why you have um, people, creating a whole different persona because the world has said that you can't be who you are and be accepted or loved or anything. And then there's so many different kind of things. There's so many devices that cause so many different options. We have so many options. And I think that's
Yeah.
what has been happening in our world.
Yeah.
We have so many things that we can choose from. And as soon as someone says, oh, well, I really like this person, they really, they're good and all this other stuff, but then there's someone that comes along that does not care about that and creates a whole different division. And so you just have all of these different options. And that's from the man and the woman, because there are some. So there are just so many different things. And then as far as the catfish, that kind of stuff, that I guess that's probably why that whole like dating online, I'm gonna be honest with you. Like, there are certain people that have told me, oh, you need to go to Christian Mingle, you need to go to eHarmony or whatever. And for me, I just don't trust that because people will tell you what you want, what they think you want to know, right? They won't tell you who they are. Like if they are having some kind of porn addiction or if they have some kind of crazy like Tourette's kind of thing going on, or if they have like, they won't tell you this. Why? Because they want you to like them like that. And so if like, say, take for instance, person like me, right? They'll be like, oh, well, I go to church and I pray and it sounds amazing, right? But see, what happens is that eventually reality is going to happen. And that whole entire thing, but sometimes people, what they call it, bait and switch. That's what my dad says. It's like they'll get you and they'll be like, oh, and then you're like, oh my gosh, like he's like this perfect person and all this other stuff. But in actuality, that's not. And you fell in love with something that was not even there. That wasn't even a reality, and tonight we got to hear about, how for women we love Lifetime and we like Hallmark, right? And all of those characters, they are actors. But see, society has given us this convoluted understanding about what relationships is. It's not this fairy tale kind of thing. It's like literally hard work, and so as far as for me, like I'm gonna be honest with you, like
Be honest.
I have not did an online dating thing because of the fact that I've seen what has happened. And I'm talking about professional like things. Like I'm talking about on like where not no crazy stuff, but I'm like, because you got the Tinder, you have the Bumblebee, you have what's that other thing? There was all of those other ones, but I'm talking even professional where literally you pay for it. And my friend was telling me about this one person had said all of this stuff was not the person at all. It was kind of crazy. And so for me, no, that's just too much time. That's too much time. I don't have like to be playing with. I don't like to play. I don't like to be played with, so I don't want to play with anyone. So I think that's my little 2 cents.
Let's go, let's go. Sounds good to me. Listen, this is Opinion Radio. We speak how we feel. That's what we do over here. You know what I
I
mean?
think the best thing about what just happened is you get both sides of the story. You get the male side, you get the female side.
Facts.
I can't hear you.
We've got the male side and we got the female side of what goes on with this internet dating. And that's what makes these conversations so huge. Everybody has to see both sides of the story instead of just hearing it from one.
Facts,
and we got to see it across cultures. We got to see it across ways. We got to see it against all that. Right now, we just see one specific demographic, if you will, as far as the African American community. All of y'all in the chat, y'all should be dropping y'all dimes as well as far as what y'all know, what y'all seeing, and what y'all hearing. Because what we try to do up here, we worldwide. All of us talk to on a daily basis. We got a good little crew of We are global, single, married, divorced, separated, widowed, all that shit. We got to put these truths out here for real. And none of this up here, you notice nobody's giving no stats. We telling y'all personal testimonies. Some of y'all are sitting up in here like this trying to see what we're going to say. We're going to give you the real. Everybody up in here just sitting there listening and watching, y'all need to be contributing, man. That's why people are crossed up. Nobody knows what's really going on because nobody wants to speak on it. Straight up.
Facts.
And I'm going to tell you, I don't trust internet dating. I'll tell y'all all day. I'll be all through this conversation. When I saw the title, I was like, I missed the conversation. I'm trying to stay on point, but it's
no. You on, baby. You on, baby.
I don't trust no pictures. What she just said is the exact reason why. You go meet the person, they're not who they were.
Exactly.
They're not who they told you they were. They've been telling y'all that since The Simpsons started.
Listen, the Simpsons been telling us a lot of shit, but that's another story. All right, so check this out right here, right? So keep this. I'm gonna go into one more quick piece right here, right? And this is gonna talk about why dating apps are causing burnout. All right.
Lord. An estimated 25 million American adults use dating apps in the past year. A recent study finds that about 39% of heterosexual couples and about 65% of same-sex couples who met in 2017 did so on the internet. Despite that, some experts say these dating apps keep people locked in an endless cycle of matches and rejections, and many end up feeling more disconnected and lonely than before. The new CBSN Originals documentary, we're calling it Speaking Frankly, Dating Apps, looks at the benefits and the downsides of technology-driven courtship. Here's an excerpt.
Spit it out.
The more that you say that you're interested in a person and you hear back that that same person is interested in you, that can be a little bit of a rush and a reward that kind of makes you want to continue using that app.
A lot of the times I was constantly checking my notifications every time I would try to do homework or something. And once I hear the sound, I would constantly look at my phone, see who had messaged me, see who responded. Even times when I was trying to go to sleep, I was constantly looking or seeing if somebody messaged me back or who messaged me or what message did I receive.
I think part of the game is trying to figure out what the other person wants. And then that's when you win, is when the person says like, yes, I see what you're selling me and I want it.
I hear from some of my friends who use dating apps that they are exhausted. They find the process to be very time consuming, not as enjoyable as one would hope.
So I think part of the burnout just comes from being overwhelmed by choices, having too many opportunities, not actually meeting up with people, and engaging with our phones more so than with each other.
There's a problem that social scientists have named the paradox of choice, and that is that we think having lots of choices would be amazing and get us exactly what we want. But it turns out in many things, the more choices we have, the more miserable we become. So we think we're excited about someone, and then we swipe, and there's another amazing person who appears. We make a mistake, which is that too many people think of the faces on their screen as options. The truth is, you're not an option until you show up for the date and express interest in someone. Basically, most of the time, you're just a bubble on a screen.
Wow. The executive producer of CBSN Originals, that's Adam Yamaguchi, joins us now. I love everything that they said right there. Why is it making us more lonely to have all these options and choices?
Well, aside from the paradox of choice or the paralysis of choice that many people face, is this phenomenon of de-individuation. And the expert sort of alluded to it on camera earlier. De-individuation. So when you're on your phone, you are shielded by your screen. Your avatar is your proxy, and there's a veil of anonymity. So people are likely to engage in behaviors that they might not in real life.
Yeah.
And we see this across social media. This isn't just a dating apps phenomenon. And so over time, you begin to treat other people not as people, but as objects or as options.
It becomes almost like a video game.
Absolutely. And before you know it, you're mindlessly treating it like a video game, and you're swiping away. And what's interesting is that a lot of these apps they've been built from the ground up to feel like a game. The color schemes, the graphics, the sounds that come in when someone shows an interest in you is gratifying. You were talking earlier about Instagram and the sort of gratification that comes with likes. Well, it's very similar on dating apps.
So how do you make it positive, Adam?
Well, I think one of the things is, people can burn out. But experts say, look, you're on a dating app for a reason. You've lost sight of what your goal is. But if your goal is to meet somebody, there are tried and true practices of courtship. Go back to those.
Right.
Treat people like people.
I like that. Good Thanks very much.
like
You can
that.
stream the CBSN original Speaking Frankly dating apps right now at cbsn.com.
That was dope, bro. That was dope.
Just wanted to drop one more, just for the record. You know what I mean? They alluded to some of the points that we just heard a second ago. How ironic is that? So you kicked some good facts over there, sis. You know what I mean? This is what we do. Thank you for joining us. We delayed her. We delayed her cast. We're gonna take one more round around the room, right? And then after that, we'll shut it down and we see what's going on your side, if that's all right with you. Her story, yeah.
Yes,
all right.
that'll be awesome.
We got Chrissy Katz in the house. Chrissy, first we're gonna start with you because you kind of late on the scene here. Talk to us. How do you feel about the online dating thing? I saw you had a couple of good things to say in the chat room. How do you feel about this as far as the dangers and the pros and cons type of thing?
You're muted.
Can't hear
You're
you,
muted.
Chrissy.
Turn your mic on.
Wait, hold on. That's me. Wait. This on my side. Go for it, Chris. Go ahead.
Okay. I said anybody who thinks that they're safe online dating is I mean I'm just so tired of hearing oh, you women this, you men that. It's about being a person and having a brain. I mean, I love you, her story untold. I do. But she said something. It's not that I think she's. Okay. This is I'm cracking here. Okay. She said that women like Lifetime and Hallmark. I hate Lifetime and Hallmark.
I thought you said that.
If you're watching Lifetime and Hallmark and that is your expectation of dating, you need to watch less TV.
Facts.
Yeah. But and I'm not making fun of her. I'm being funny. But
it's all good. It's all good. Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I mean when you get online with somebody, especially if it's not face to face like this, even if it is face to face like this, you're taking a chance. And how much you fall victim to it or whatever depends on how much you want to pretend that there aren't bad people out there.
Or how comfortable you feel. Facts.
Yeah.
Because that was one of my questions earlier. Like, how confident, like when I was asking Roni, like, how confident did you feel? I mean, I know some of y'all don't play. Y'all got the mace.
I've never.
The little 22. Y'all not coming playing no games out there. Don't y'all fellas out there. Don't be trying to play no games and think you won't get it put it on you by one of these women out here.
Hey,
man.
what about women?
Fuck
Women
around
play
if you
games
wanna.
too.
You will catch a hot one. You may be
Baseball
trying
back to the skull from the homegirl sitting in the parking lot.
You never know.
Hey,
you know what I'm saying?
women
They may
play
even have the
games
trunk
too.
monkey. You know what I'm saying? You know what I'm saying? Her story untold. Talk to me. You want to send us off with any final thoughts on what you just saw, or any last thoughts, and also let us know how we can reach you on social media wise, your channels, your
Okay.
pages, and stuff. Mm-hmm.
Okay. Well, what I was thinking, so when I was sharing the Hallmark and the Lifetime, I was saying that I went to church, and what our pastor was saying, that Hallmark and Lifetime, it gives this fake reality, because these are actors
Right.
who are creating this thing, like girls are saying, oh, I just want him to listen, I want him to feel more, and so you go to Hallmark, and then you get this expectation of this person that is not even it's a character that you're putting other people, humans, up to match with. And so when I was sharing that wasn't because I don't watch Lifetime or Hallmark, because I actually don't watch a lot of stuff,
No,
whatever. I was saying that that's what was said today in the message, that the message was about marriage, and a lot of things, you put these people in these high expectations, and when they don't meet up that expectation, then you have all of this disappointment, and then that's when you have all of those different marriages that you go into, like adulterous, and then you have all of this different kind of things that's unsatisfied, and so you have all of these people that are just trying to be loved. And what the guy was saying, what was so interesting, he kept saying, I kept looking for a notification. I kept looking. And what that just signifies to me is that everyone wants to be loved. Like, we want to be seen, we want to be heard, and we want to be known. And sometimes we actually want to do all of that stuff, and we look at it in all the wrong places. And until we actually, because there's a lot of people that are hurting. We have a whole world of hurt people. And so right about now, it's just that they're wanting someone to care. They're wanting someone to say, hey, I'm special. Oh, hey, I brighten your day. And that's why that guy kept looking for that notification, because he wants to be seen. He wants to be he wants to feel special. And there's nothing wrong with that, because we were created. If you don't realize this, 2020 showed us we are created for community.
I like that.
I mean, when I tell you, I learned that even if you are an introvert and everything else, you realize that you were not made to just be alone. And so that's what I'm learning. And so that, to me, I felt so bad, because I felt his heart like I don't know, I was like, please God, send him a good woman, not just any woman. Send him a really good woman, because he just seemed so sweet. I just wanted to know what my notifications was.
That's
It was
it.
like he wanted somebody.
He's just trying to actively participate. He just trying to stay in the game. You know what I mean? Big up to a nigga trying to stay in the game. Tell me something. What's good? Facts. That was
way too much.
That was some good work right there. That was some good work. Where can we follow you? Let us know.
Oh, so I'm on here. If you guys didn't know, I'm on here every single night. I actually read the Bible every night. So Monday through Sunday, I read the Bible. This is my 9th time reading the Bible as a whole. And so we just we read the Bible together. We share testimonies. We pray for each other. We have community. That's what I do. You can also find me at Her Story Untold, in all of my that's my handle. I'm actually trademarked, so that is a trademark. It's already registered. It's mine. So you can find me there. But I really appreciate you just inviting me. I felt so. Thank you so much for your kindness. Thank you so much for your kindness. That was so amazing. I really enjoy it, because I don't never get on, and Mr. Tony, he could tell you I don't even do any of this, but I was like, okay, I had a person to invite me, so let me go ahead and come on. But yeah, that's me.
Joining us.
Well, her story untold. You are a beautiful soul.
What time?
Mostly when I commented on Lifetime, I was just cutting up because my mom used to watch Lifetime and Hallmark all the time.
Yeah.
But yeah, no, I just I met a person in real life when I was young, and we dated for a year, and I, like nothing happened, and I ended up.
Nah, you know, fun. I'm joking.
I will kick your. No, I'm just kidding. And
Go ahead, Chris. Go ahead.
oh, that's all right. And there was no. I mean, it was like a teenage relationship. There was no. That was part of the problem, was that I didn't want no, and he ended up stalking me for 14 years.
Jesus Louise. That's not good. Did I hit applause? I mean, boo. Wait, hold on.
An applause.
Yeah, wrong button, y'all. Boo. Damn it.
And the guy I'm dating now,
What happened?
I've known the guy I'm dating now for 2 years.
Okay.
And I met him online.
Oh, so successful.
But I met him.
Okay.
I knew him for 2 years before we dated, or even started.
So you talked online for 2 years before you met in person?
Mm-hmm. We were friends. Yeah.
There you go. That's what I'm talking about. Yeah. Okay. Because if you're a weirdo, you ain't just gonna be hanging around and shit. You're gonna
Well,
be like,
I'm a weirdo.
No, I'm talking about the guy, not you. Yeah, I'm talking about the dude and whatnot. So big up to my man for you know what I mean? Keeping it. Listen, this is what it do. You got to develop that confidence. You don't want to just run out there and get kidnapped by some nut job. You know what I'm saying? You don't want that shit. Not a good look. Roni, what you got on this? You got any? No, we're gonna save Roni. We always gotta save Roni. Tony D, get back at me. What do you got on this last round right here?
I watched Lifetime when it first started as a network back in the 90s.
Of course you do.
The Lifetime Hallmark thing.
I'm going back for real.
No, go ahead.
Lifetime hasn't changed. Lifetime hasn't changed since it
They better
started.
pay us. They gotta cut us a check
back then. But now we're just so trivial and corny because it's like we grew past all that. As far as this, I like what T-Roni said about they actually do have shows about the women criminals and real life reenactments. A lot of those movies were based on true stories.
Mm-hmm.
A lot of those movies were, and they've
been not a lot.
Yeah, no, for real. Even since back in the 90s,
you gotta watch it now.
They were based on real stories and real laws. They are actually showing you stuff that you like, everything. But the hell with that. Social media. I said it before. I'm gonna say it again. Don't trust no damn pictures. I just heard the story. Now we got a true story and a good story because T-Roni also said some couples do make it when they meet online. I don't hear enough of them, and I admit that. I do not hear enough of that. They see the commercials, but I don't know it in person. So I'm going to give the benefit of the doubt based on a few testimonies here, and you'll be the first one ever. Desiree, I hope you feel better. Sorry you're sick.
Yes, Desiree.
You know. Big ups to Ted for the stats he's been dropping in the chat for real.
Yeah, he's been putting work in. He's putting work in over here behind the scenes.
Big ups. But her story untold, you already know. I'm going to see you. I'm going to check you out. I'm holler at you. I'm glad you came over. You see some of the folks that I hang out with. We don't always set up every now and then. We do get serious, but we do act up. You're always welcome. I know you welcome everybody to what you got going on. So I'm glad this actually did happen for real.
Yes.
Other than that, y'all don't trust no damn pictures. Y'all watch who y'all dealing with. I'm at a point in my life right now. If I don't know you, I ain't worried about you because I can't trust you.
Beware the catfish. Now Desiree says, I recently just cut cords to a guy who had told everyone we were dating, and he fell in love and stored all my pictures on his computer. Bingo. He went from good friend to creep real quick.
Bingo.
You got a lot of creepies out there, man.
If you're gonna social media date, there's rules.
Yeah, you got a lot of weirdos out there. Yeah. So there's not like an IQ test or a weirdo test like before you purchase a computer or an online device. So it's like
they in person.
They're mixed in with the regular folks, y'all. Oh no. But we're gonna weave our way through them. We're gonna keep dodging and ducking those no good weirdos and stuff, and we're just gonna keep doing what we do. One last on her story untold. What time? I forgot to ask you what time. You say daily. You do the daily broadcast. What time? I just forgot to ask you. I'm sorry.
Okay, so I've been trying to be
Whenever you get up.
going to sleep and she come up, hey Tony, I'm like, I'm going to bed.
Okay, I'm sorry if I put you on the spot with that. So you just kind of just like whenever you have time to squeeze it into the day, like that kind of thing.
So basically, it's literally after. It's gonna always be after 8. I've been trying really really hard to be on time and do it way closer than 12 o'clock, and so because I need to get better at this.
Okay. Set your alarm every day. Set that alarm every day. Set it.
Yeah.
Set
Yeah. So I'm gonna try to do better. So it's like 9:30 right now. So after I get off of here, I'm going live. So because I'm trying to do better.
We're right behind you.
Like I always told you before, just set your broadcast. We'll watch the replays. I've always told you that.
If we missed
because
it,
you always deliver your message on your broadcast. Everybody up there for real. She does deliver a good message. She's straight from the scripture. And she goes in. I got to give her credit. Y'all please subscribe to it if you believe. If you don't believe, take your butt on somewhere. She don't need the negativity. She don't need the negativity. She don't need the negativity. I'm going to go ahead and say it.
None of us need the negativity.
Nobody needs that.
Need the negativity.
Some people do.
If you want to listen, you want to hear something, y'all follow her. But if y'all don't want to, just stay on. Don't do it. I love what she does for real. And there's a real good Christian community that's growing up here. I'm surprised that you haven't reached out to each other. But a lot of y'all are trying to do the right thing with what you got going on. So blessings, praise, grace, all that good stuff, lady. Keep doing what you do. I told you that from day one. I meant it.
Thank you.
Let's go. That's right. So that's 9:30, everybody. That's Her Story Untold TV on Haps TV, 9:30. Listen, thanks for joining us. Take care. All right. Cool breeze. Chrissy, what we got on the wrap up? Talk to us. Give us your closing thoughts, opinions. Actually, well, that worked good for you, actually. So that we do have good results. We do have some positives out of the online dating. One of my friends, honorable mention, my boy, he met his now wife online years back. They were both living overseas, and he actually met his wife online, and they have 2 beautiful boys right now. So big up to my man Kelly out there watching. You have a beautiful family. You and Liz keep doing your thing. You know what I mean? So I can attest to this. There's been some success in the game. Chrissy can also attest to success. Go for it, Chris. I'm sorry. I just wanted to squeeze that in.
No, you're fine. No, I love Her Story Untold, and I think you're so sweet and so cute. And please don't be mad that I used your point.
It was all jokes.
I'm
It was
teasing,
all
but
that was all in
yeah.
fun. You know what we do.
No, it wasn't fun. I was just cutting up. But
That's what we do, damn it. That's what we expect.
I
She
think
says, no worries.
What we need to start doing is, and I know that not, there are single parent homes, there are kids that don't have parents, but as a society, what we need to do is start strengthening our children. Not my children, I don't have any children, but
our community.
Strengthen the children's confidence in themselves and their ability to rely on themselves. That doesn't mean that, they should never, I personally, like I said, my first scary experience was a real world experience. So, I've never been into online dating, but I don't judge anybody who is. I mean, I have friends who met years ago and are still married. But then I have friends who, were completely fooled.
The catfish. Boo to the catfish.
Yeah. I just I don't know if I jive with the whole, I don't know.
I don't know. One of us.
No, I know, but I'm trying to. I can only go by my own experience, and I do not take away from anyone else's experience. But we don't. Pretty much in school, all that's being taught anymore is 4 scores for the tests. For the state tests where you get all your funding. And I know this because there are schools in this area here that legit will take 2 weeks off to teach just for the test. I don't mean 2 weeks off of school. I mean 2 weeks off the curriculum.
Yeah.
Because they're more worried about
State
scores
requirements.
than
Mhm.
anything else.
Mm-hmm.
And there are good teachers and good administrators out there, but we need more of them, and we need to not put so much pressure on each other.
I agree. Well said.
Facts.
Well said.
And also, let me add on to this now. Also, we need to maybe I don't want to use the word regulate because that's like a bad word. But as far as our children and the social media, we may want to slow down their what's the word I'm looking for? Yes, when they first get old enough, say to access a phone or something, right? Let's slow it down. Let's slow it down a couple of years. Let's you know what I mean? Let's try to keep the access to some things that may not be in their best interest. Let's delay it maybe if we can just a little bit, to let the children's innocence be preserved just another little bit before they get out into this cold world, because this is definitely a cold, ruthless world we live in, right?
I mean, I'm not a parent. I'm not judging parents. I can't speak from the place of a parent, but I can just say that I don't think any 5-year-old needs a cell phone.
I don't think so either. I think that's just a little too young. I'm
And
getting feedback from somebody.
some people say, well, they come from a single home or whatever. They need the phone to communicate. Well, that's great. That's what parental controls are for.
Listen,
My best friend's son had a phone when he was 12 because there was like 20-minute period where he was with his sister alone before she got home from work. And his phone was programmed so he could call like 4 numbers. And of course, 911. But that was all he could do with the phone. If you weren't on that phone, he could not call you. And so there are safety measures that can be taken, even for children, that it's a safety issue that they have a phone. But no 5-year-old needs to be on. I'm sorry. I'm trying to be respectful of parents, but
listen, this is just not. That's your opinion. We give opinions over here. God damn it, you don't know.
I know, but
so give it. Shit, I'm saying like we give it up. I mean, I don't think so either. So like Ted says, look, Ted Hicks says in the chat, provide the mobile phone, but restrict the privileges on it. Just like you say, Chris. There you go. There you go. Roni, talk to us. What you
right there.
What you talk to us, Roni? What you got?
Oh wow.
And Helga says, or an iPad.
She's right.
Right. That too, or an iPad. Right.
Yeah.
So let's keep those devices regulated. Okay. If because they really don't need it, because I'm not gonna lie. At one point, I was 5 years old, and this shit wasn't even invented yet, and I didn't need it. I didn't need it, so it doesn't matter. Right. I made it. So, Wigga G in the house. What's up, Roni? Talk to us, Roni. What you wrap us up, ma? Send us out. Let's get your closing comments on this here. The catfish. And we all of that good stuff. The thirst trapping, all of it. Wrap us up.
Well, I honestly, if I think we are trying to teach people to not be on social media as much, we have to show them how to do it. It's not enough to be telling them, okay, just meet in real life, right? Because these kids, they don't have this. I feel like the millennials have missed that. The generation Y has it a bit more because they want it.
You mean social skills, as far as socializing in person opposed to online?
Yes, because we our age have taught the kids to just depend on themselves so much, and now they're millennials and they're grown that's all they depend on. So we have to teach them that it's okay to depend on other people and to actually go out and have a conversation and be social. We have to teach them. It's like an addiction. If the cell phone and social media and dating on social media is an addiction, then we can't just tell them to stop. We have to show them how to stop.
I need to jump in.
We have to give them resources.
We'll get you.
Yeah,
We'll get you and Chrissy again. Go ahead. Finish, Roni.
Oh, go ahead. No, I want to hear what the comments are.
Yeah.
Go ahead.
And I
Go ahead,
don't mean
T.
to apologize. I know you was trying to wrap this up.
No, go ahead, T. Go for it. Go for
We
it.
got a bad circle.
Just roll.
We got a bad circle with what she just said.
Mm-hmm.
When we were younger, we
Mhm.
got out the house. We went around to see people. We was always over each other's house, always looking for friends.
We need you to be a bit louder if you can.
Okay, I'm sorry. When we were younger, we used to get out the house, go hang out with friends, go look
Right.
for friends, go do something with ourselves. And
Yeah.
got to a point where we was out so much, when we found out there was nothing to do, we came home and found something to do in the house. Now that we got something to do in the house, we're trying to get back out the house and go find the same thing we was doing before. What's going on with these kids is what's already in their DNA, what we used to do that they can't do anymore, or at least not right now. And I will put a lot of it on what's going on with COVID. I don't let my son go nowhere. I can take him. I'll go with him. But with the internet, he ain't going alone. And with COVID, I'm careful about where I take him. So he's kind of trapped, and it's half my fault as a parent trying to protect him. I don't want to throw him out there, him catch something that I can't get rid of, or some joker snatch him and I can't find him. I'm going to be looking like Mel Gibson out this motherfucker. I'm just going to let you know. I'm calling all of y'all to come with me. Something happened with y'all kids, call me. I'll come. All that. We got to look at that.
Facts.
So that's a lot of what's going on. That's what's happening with the social media aspect. They home, they got their friends. They go to school, they got their friends. They come home, talk to the same friends at school. I'm cool with that. It's these people that they know that's coming up with their friends' faces on the picture. Once again, don't trust no damn picture. Them the ones I got to worry. I don't have a problem with the kids having the devices and everything. Long as they're talking to the people they know. It's the people they don't know we got to worry about. I know for the past 15, 20 years, there's been an issue. Popping up. I just had a friend request from somebody who's a friend with my cousin, and my cousin was like, "No, I don't know this person." We gotta watch all this out here for real. We gotta watch every last bit. Yeah, straight up. I mean, I get all these crazy friend. I'm telling you, I was a grown man. I get crazy friend requests on Instagram. If they ain't Forex traders, they women from Africa or Russia or some chick around here that's supposed to be a friend of somebody I know, and I hit my friends up, and they're like, "I don't know who this is." I'm like, "Yo, she got you on the friend list." He's like, "I don't know that bitch. I don't even know." And we don't know. Yeah, you setting us up, you bitch. Just
people
let
out
me
there,
sorry. Yeah.
Niggas out
So
there
for all
fishing.
y'all out there, man, y'all please be careful with this mess. Trust me, it's fun. This can be seen as a social media platform. None of us have met each other face to face except for a couple of folks, and we good. This can happen, but it's not 100. This can happen, but it's not 100. Yeah, for real. I'll be in New York in 2 weeks. If I catch y'all smoking here, it's over.
Facts.
I'm telling y'all now.
Oh, well, it's
y'all
going
ready
down.
for it?
That shit going down. The option is open, so it's on you. If you want to pull the
Listen,
trigger,
when I get to New York on the 28th, if I got time, Paps is about to be next. So the three of us getting up there, and it's gonna be over. I'm telling y'all.
Oh man, listen, that's
So,
a whole nother
I'm telling
story.
you, I got to go for a reunion, but I'll be up there. That's be the first time I meet them. I got about 1,000 people in New York I got to meet. But y'all just please, and these
we on.
broadcasts, stay up for a minute. I want to talk to the youth. Be careful on social media and be careful on the internet before all of that. You already got to be careful with who you're with. That's where stranger danger comes from. Then you got to be careful on the internet because of all the apps that's out there. Then when you get on specific apps, be careful of the stalkers and the trolls on that bad boy. Beware of the information you put up there. Beware of how much of yourself you reveal. Do not take videos and pictures in your house. People watch that mess. They've been telling us that for 25 years. I'm gonna let you. Yes, boy. See, come here. Y'all hold on one second.
Go ahead. I'm gonna think you. Go ahead. Go ahead.
What's up?
Oh, you want?
Dude, how are
You
you?
want to say what up? Yo, what up? What's good? He want that. He want that water. He like, man, let me get something to eat and I'm out of here. Something to drink.
Come here.
Give you a little quick snack and some juice.
This is why I'm so careful. You all will hear him in the background. Go watch TV. You all will hear him in the background.
Why
instead
not?
of me having to put a missing children report on his ass.
What you got, Chrissy?
I want to apologize to everybody's broadcast that I've been on, including you, Smoke. When he's been too damn noisy. I really don't want to apologize, but I want to apologize for what you're doing. But I don't apologize for being a parent.
I want to big up. I want to big up you for being the good dad.
Yes.
Yeah, for real.
The good father.
This is all about Logan's opinion.
This ain't showing off. Let me be an example of what we're supposed to be doing. Let the kids be up under you. When you let them be away from you, they wind up in their bullshit. Yep. As a parent, you got to stop that. To all the kids out there, don't get caught up in the bullshit.
Helga says, "Hey, Jason,
you're gonna sit back and talk to like a counselor. You got to be watching careful, like your hormones, and you got to be aware. Let me tell y'all something. Stay away from the bullshit." Now, Do me a favor. Put me on the big screen, please. Put me on the big screen. I gotta talk to the
Hold
kids
on.
real quick.
Let me set this up.
I'm
Hold
gonna
on.
do
Let
this
me give you.
because
Yeah, give us a PSA. A PSA.
all
That's a
of us
public
got
service
parents that
announcement
took
for
their
those that
irons
don't
since
know.
we was in diapers. I'm gonna go ahead and talk to y'all right now.
Hold on. Give us the PSA, T. Hold up.
Oh, I'm glad I just shaved. Shit. Come on, Hibble. Stay away. Keep going. Stay away from the bullshit.
He wants to
You
host
don't need
three.
drugs. You don't need cigarettes.
Give me the PSA.
You don't need alcohol. Go eat your candy. You don't have any arcades anymore? I'm sorry. We used to do the arcades. We used to do the skating rink. We used to hang out in the corner. We couldn't afford guns. You had to make your own sticks, weapons, or whatever, and you had your homeboys. Y'all got to be careful out there. Y'all don't have what we have. What's driving you crazy is you can't do what we do, and you got us in your DNA. Be careful up here on the computers, on the internet, and on social media. Straight up. They snatching y'all up, but we can't find you. They're killing y'all. We can't do nothing about it. You ever see that movie Lovely Bones? The ending terrorizes me.
Yeah, you're right about that. That ending was.
They couldn't do nothing about it. They never knew the truth. You ever watch a movie called Adam? They snatched his ass up out the mall. The internet wasn't even going on.
Oh, that was old school.
Adam
Yeah,
Moore.
internet wasn't even built. Yeah, his
Watch
father
the
was the guy
documentary
that
on the
I
Atlanta
know that.
child murders. They still ain't properly proven. They told you who did it right in the damn documentary. I'm not playing with y'all right now. I'm telling you, this grown folks social media. All you kids out there, when y'all see this, or if y'all watching this off your parents' stuff, stop playing around it. Be careful. You got people you went to school with. All y'all go to school with each other, back each other up. Turn it down. All of y'all that grew up around each other, back each other up. All of y'all that's family, back each other up. Straight up. I'm done, bro. Appreciate it.
Never that. PSA, public service announcement from Tony D. One more. Give one more round. What you got, Chris? Let us take us out with some words of wisdom over here.
Yeah,
What you got?
I know that the children in my family, we teach them to rely on themselves, not completely, I mean, it's okay, but before you bring anybody else into your house of cards, you better make sure it's strong, or it's all come tumbling down. And we don't tell the kids, well, this is giving you this message and this is giving you that message. It's like I was very good at not thinking when I was younger. No, I thought about every angle, and I just decided what I wanted to do. Okay. And it wasn't always the best decisions. But if I hadn't been taught to be independent, and not just by my parents, I mean, if you want to talk about learning independence, we can talk about the foster care system all day long, because you have nobody to depend on but you. And I just, that's one of the things I love about chatting with Tony, is that he's always got Jason like at an arm's length. I don't, not literally, but I don't mind at all when Jason interrupts the broadcast. He's a good kid. And I would rather he's talking to us than, anybody else. But I mean, I have nothing but respect for the way Tony handles it.
Facts.
Appreciate it.
Facts.
Oh,
Good
absolutely.
Good dad in the house. That's what we do over here. That's what we do. So where can we find you online, Chrissy? Give us your handle, your channel handle, and all that good stuff.
My channel handle. Well, it's not just my channel handle, because a whole group of people came up with it all. Tony, I am going to kick you in your rear. Figuratively, not literally. Because I'm not right.
Your address.
My address
Wigga G. No, Wigga G. We're not giving out addresses here, goddamn. Get out of here.
I am on usually at least like twice a day. Sometimes Elle and I really kind of go back and forth, which is nice because it gives you breaks when you take turns. But we can be found usually under cannabis, coffee, and cutting up, because that's what we do. And it's okay if you're not into cannabis. That's what the coffee's for. But you know, we try to make a safe place, I think, for everyone, as safe as it can be. I mean, we cut up, and you know,
You got to cut up a little.
and someday I will convince Tony that disco is dead. But you know, you got Bay City Rollers on your.
I like the BGs. I don't care what nobody says.
She will convince you one day, damn it. That's Chrissy Cat. She's in the building. Thanks for pulling up, Ma. You know what we do.
But yeah, it doesn't matter what you believe, what you don't believe.
I'm gonna get your ass.
The one thing we try real hard to do, Tony's streaming again. One thing we try to do is to respect what each other think. Like, we don't all believe the same thing.
Absolutely.
Yeah, but we can respect that, you know, our perspective isn't the only perspective.
Yeah.
And I think that's where it's at. I was on another app called Busker that was really, it was absolutely 100% a community. Okay. Right now I'm seeing, and I sat back and I waited to get on Haps because I wasn't sure. It's like my fourth platform. But this platform really has a chance of going somewhere. But
as we take it,
we need to, you know, I think of my broadcast as our house. And what I mean by that is, you know, don't be coming in acting up and being mean and, you know, any of that stuff, because we can really make something of this, but we each have to decide that we are going to accept and what we're not. And I don't mean like a bunch of rules. I just mean like act right.
Exactly.
That's all.
Relax. Don't show your ass. Don't show your ass, because we don't
And
want
I'm
to see
teaching Tony how to do that right now.
How to show his ass? Or not how to
No,
not
how
show
to
his
act
ass.
right.
Yo, y'all.
He's on mute. Yeah, keep it off mute.
I'll tell you what makes my day. What makes my day is when Tony does this.
We was on fire this morning,
I can't
too.
even do you.
the eyebrows, the eyebrow togethers. Yeah, we had a good time this morning too. We was in the building on the cannabis coffee and cut up show. That's Chrissy Katz, y'all. Let's do it.
Yeah, I was in the chat.
And the hashtag says Cut Up Crew, but the Cut Up Crew is not some exclusive group. If you come through that broadcast and you contribute in a positive way, you're part of the Cut Up Crew. It's not any kind of, you know, exclusive thing. I mean, look, we took Tony. We'll take it.
On that note, everybody, thanks for joining us for another.
Everybody needs native New Yorkers in their life. Remember that. Right?
Exciting. Yeah. New York is for
You know, I'm
protection,
glad
damn
you're
it.
there.
Let's go. So thanks again for joining us for another exciting episode of Sunday Night Smoke Podcast, everybody. I'd like to thank all of our guests for coming through tonight. Tony D, Chrissy Katz. We're just gonna run through the whole stash. Her Story Untold TV. Tune in to her. Get your Bible read on with sister. Real positive stuff going on over there. Eric Schwartz in the building earlier. Everybody in the chat. Wigger.
I gotta get Wigger. No, you ain't.
Helga. Helga, thank you for joining us. Desiree, Ted Hicks, thank you for the awards. Helga, Ted Hicks. Let's see who else we had in here tonight. I just want to run through it real quick and acknowledge everybody. Desiree, earlier we had I know we had Rochelle in the house earlier, I believe.
Rochelle,
yeah, we had Rochelle in the house. Thanks for joining us. And everybody else that pulled up that keeps it silent. But thank you for your support. Please like, share, subscribe. Facts. Sunday Night Smoke Podcast. This is what we do, y'all. Yes. So we're gonna end on this right here. We're gonna take you out with this Notorious. We shall catch you next Sunday. And always remember, where there is fire, there will be smoke. Let's go.
Can I ask a real quick question?
Damn it, you gotta wait until after I start the
Okay,
music.
go
Go
ahead.
for it. Chrissy. I already paused it. That was such a smooth outro too and shit. Go for it, Chrissy. I
I'm
already paused it.
sorry.
Go ahead. We cutting up. Go ahead. What you got, Chris?
Tony, you said something earlier about going live tonight. Are you going live?
Oh yeah, let's do some promos. Who's going
Or
live?
you were just saying you were going to cut up tonight, period.
I wanted to cut up. I was setting everything up before Her Story Untold came
Okay.
on. And then Smoke came on. Her Story Untold's back on now. I had planned on going in early in the morning, but I'll probably skip it. I'm gonna wait till she finishes, then probably come up.
Okay.
I know I wanted to. I did want to talk to Tim. T-Roni, you got to join the crew for real. I know you only come on once a week, but damn it, we want your ass for real. Come on in the conversation. Because she brings a lot of info.
Facts.
She brings an aspect that a lot of people don't know or don't realize that women go through that we say only men go through. And I think she could kill a lot of the biases of what's going on out there.
I love Tyrone. I love how welcoming she is.
Because she be sitting back all chilling and everything. Look at her. She done chained her hand and she all like
That's
right. Up on the camera like this. She ain't fooling nobody. I already know what's going on.
You know how we come through. Wait, let me see. We got a couple of more comments in the joint. Let's just ride it out before we get up.
Because we go up there acting up. I'm gonna get her too. Your 19th account. Keep it up.
Hey,
you see the states where you're most likely to get catfished in.
Right.
I posted some of them earlier, but let's just rock this. Nevada, Wyoming, Washington, South Dakota, Mississippi, Iowa are the least likely to get catfished in. Just for the record right there. And on that note, wow, thank you, Helga. She says thank you for this awesome broadcast. Thank you, Helga, for joining us. Once again, y'all, let's do what we do. We'll see y'all next Sunday, 8 p.m. We'll drop a billboard on what the topic is going to be by Monday noon. And thanks for joining us. And once again, remember, where there is fire, there will always be smoke, baby. Let's go. B.I.G. Go. Hit him with that shoulder move, Chrissy. Go. I see you. Yeah.
We're gonna fall off. Keep it up.
You know what I'm saying?
That's what you get.
Peace out, y'all. You heard?
that was cute, Tony. Maybe someday you can play in the big leagues with me.
Catch y'all next week. Peace. Get it. Yeah. We're gonna have to have a dance contest to save the universe, like Guardians of the Galaxy or some shit.
Right. The dance song.
Facts. Thank you, everybody, for joining us. Much love.
I'll be up there in 2 weeks.
I'm gonna let y'all rock. I'm gonna let y'all just go at it for a hot minute. Good night, Helga. Much real love in here. That's what we do. Real love, sis. Yes. Let's get it.
Y'all were born off of this song.
Facts. One more chance. Let's give social media dating one more chance, because we did have a couple of good stories. But be careful, goddammit. Proceed with caution.
The one-liner host.
You heard? So on that note, thanks for joining us, y'all. All right. Later, y'all.